Hi everyone, I'm Leanne and today I'm going to be picking out my TBR for August. We have done quite a few of these TBR jar slash TBR sugar bowl videos now, so hopefully you know how things work. Every month, at the start of the month, I will pick out 5 prompts from this little jar and I will pick a book from my shelves based on that prompt. And apologies if once again, as often happens with my TBR jar videos, because of just when I film them, you may be able to hear my washing machine in the background. I'm sorry. So I don't double up on any prompts. It is a unique book for each prompt and it should hopefully make up about half of my reading in the month that follows. So let's get into picking the prompts out of the jar. As always, it needs a little stir. And the first prompt is water on the cover. Prompt number 2 is a book with a ribbon. Oh God, I don't actually know how many books I've got that do have ribbons on them. Prompt number 3, door on the cover. Prompt number 4. Okay, this is one that I think my boyfriend has put in and it just says yellow in all caps. So I'm guessing a yellow cover. Lots of cover based prompts here. And then the final one, a character in their 30s. I mean, that should be pretty achievable. I think that's probably most of the books on my shelves. I'm gonna come back to the prompt that is a book with a ribbon because I'm honestly not actually sure if I have any. Obviously that's typically a hardback, so I don't have to check like every book that I own, but I'm honestly not sure on what books I have that have like ribbon markers in them. Yellow should be pretty straightforward. I can obviously see that there are definitely some books I have on my shelves that have like a yellow spine, and I'm sure there are some that have yellow covers as well. And then a door on the cover and water on the cover are both pretty specific, as is a character in their 30s. I think I'm gonna start by maybe looking for the book with a door on the cover. So initially when I pulled this prompt out, I wasn't sure. I thought it would require quite a lot of searching and quite a lot of scavenger hunting from me. But actually, as soon as I walked over to the shelves, I realized that I had this, and that is Green World, The World Behind the Door by Parry Thompson. So this is a magical middle grade that I've wanted to read for a really long time, and it has a door in kind of the background behind the main character, and obviously has door in the title as well. I do like to mix up kind of the genres that I read from my TBR jar, so I'm probably going to try and avoid any more kids books with the rest of the picks. So we'll go over to the adult shelves to look for a book with water on the cover. So I'm going to go for a romance book. So this is Enemies to Lovers by Laura Jane Williams. Laura Jane Williams is like a romance rom-com writer that I've read quite a few books from before, but I have 2 unread books from her on my shelf, and you may have heard me talk about a few times throughout this year that I don't really want to have multiple books unread by the same author on my shelves. So I'm looking forward to reading this one, and I think it's pretty much, what it says in the tin. It's an enemies to lovers romance, and obviously lots of water on the cover as well. This is actually going far more quickly than I thought it would. Okay, I'm gonna go for a character in their 30s. I may need to read like some of the blurbs to maybe make sure they're in their 30s, because I feel like a lot of the protagonists of the books that I read are in like their mid to late 20s, their early 30s. So I'm sure there will be something. I'm just not sure exactly how I'll figure out if they're exactly in their 30s, but we'll see. Okay, I went with the first book that I found that specifically said that the characters were in their 30s. Like, there were a few books that I picked off my shelves that I'm guessing they're maybe in their 30s, but I don't know. Whereas this is the first one I pulled off that specifically says in the blurb, adrift in her early 30s, Mary sets out to change her life, one ill-advised decision at a time. So this is Bonding by Marielle Franklin. And this is actually a proof that I've had on my shelves since this time last year. So it's about time that I read this one, and I think it's a bit more kind of literary. So again, I'm not really doubling up on genres. I've got children's, I've got romance, and then something that's a bit more contemporary slash a little bit literary. I might try and find a book with a ribbon on it now. So I really had very few options for this one. There were a few of the books that I have from work that are like special editions that do have ribbon markers in them, but I do feel quite committed to not reading my workbooks as part of this TBR challenge. But that really only leaves me with one option, and that is Angela Carter's book of fairy tales. And my plan with this collection has been to gradually read it actually over a number of years around Halloween time. So I've already read about 50 pages of it, and then like I've got like over 400 pages left. I just feel like possibly I'm setting myself up for failure if I end up picking this book to read, but maybe if I at least like make a dent in it, I'll count it. Okay, final prompt is simply yellow. So the final addition to my August TBR is The Regrets by Amy Bonifants. This is quite a speculative book that is about a woman that I think falls in love with a ghost that she meets at a bus stop. So quite different to some of the other stuff on my TBR. So we have some children's fiction, we have a romance, we have some fun kind of literary skewing fiction, a speculative adult fiction, and then a short story collection as well. I do feel slightly mixed about this one. It's not necessarily when I would have chosen to read this book, but yeah, I think even if I read a few of the sections of this, I might count it as a win. Do let me know if you have read any of the books that I have picked out today. This has been quite a short and sweet one. So if you want to let me know you're here but you don't have anything in particular to say, could you please leave me a door emoji in honor of that prompt? That is it for me today. I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you in my next video.